Hello everyone, so just about to start literally printing FNaF one Freddy. I'm going to be using this file for quite a few things. For some of the special strike projects that I want to do with the Shadow Freddys from the Rebellion, and also going to do Golden Freddy and Freddy from this one. So somebody's requested that we do FNaF one, so I've got some of the files. I just need to get them ready and then get them printed and painted, so see you then. Hi everyone, so we've got the first part printed, which is the top of his head, the jaw, which I'm going to put some holes through the side and then through there, so a removable jaw, and then we have the torso as well. Currently finishing off the pieces to Funtime Freddy. As you can see, there's the amalgamation there, and Bonnie's there as well. But yeah, these are the first pieces. The other parts are getting printed now, so I'll catch up with you when they're printed off. So we have more pieces. We have these are the ears, jaw. This is what I make in Blender. So sorry, the eyes sit flush in the head, and this also gives me a little bit of a platform to stick the Lego joints on. Then we do have part of an arm as well, and we have top hat as well. So also a little sneak peek. Funtime Freddy is he's nearly there. All of his parts are printed, all the joints put on, and his print bon off is in next to Lefty. So he's a tiny bit bigger. That's how I wanted him, because obviously the Funtimes are quite big. You do have the rest of the Freddy pieces printing right now. So yeah, ignore the baking soda. That's a really good fact, by the way. With super glue, it actually really hardens. It makes a really good like bondage. So for the joints and that, I always put a bit of baking soda. I mean, you can see on these here onto the super glue, and it just creates this really hard bond. So yeah, I'll see you when the rest of the pieces are printed off. So we have finished printing. So we have both the legs, both the arms, and the hands. Yeah, the hands are stock hands. I'm probably going to replace them. We'll just try and get them finished. All the shoulder pads and knee pads, sorry, got about the then we have the head, the top hat, the ears, and the body, all there, ready to be put together. So I'll be back to you guys when he's all put together. Hi everyone, so starting to get there with the Fazbear bits. We've got the feet, I've got the joints in them, started painting the head with the brown. So let's get the eyes done, because I need to paint them before. Well, I'll get them back in a sec. But yeah, I need to get them done before I stick them in, because otherwise they're a real pain to do because of the eyelids. The other pieces are here. There's a little sneak peek as to what's next. But QXR's here as well. If you don't know from the Special Strike trilogy, this is him with the hole in his head when Chief punches him. There's his torso, hand, ears. That's the baking soda I said before. This was a failed print as well, because as you can tell, it's a lot smaller, and I mean, compared to the Freddy head, it looked kind of ridiculous. So I ended up sizing it up a bit, so then this one, you know, yeah, actually looks quite proportionate to Freddy. But the body is quite big on this, you know. I'll move these bits. Sorry if you can hear the printer in the background. Yeah, the body's quite big, but then I guess that means he'll be a bit bigger than Chief, which kind of makes sense because of the ears and stuff, and it just makes sense that he'd be a bit bigger because it's like a reborn version, whereas this isn't like the Nightmare version of Chief. So yeah, we're getting there, and yeah, the rest of the pieces are currently printing. So not the rest, but most of them. Pretty much all I'm going to have to print off is an arm and a leg. So after this, you know, we can get a rough idea of what he's going to look like. So yeah, catch up with you guys on Freddy soon. So small little update. We've got the failed print head. Ignore my fingers, they're covered in paint and super glue. I'm going to do this failed print head. I've cut it in half. I'm actually going to make an accessory for Chief when he splits his head open. We've got the first hand with the claws and that. I'm really happy with how that came out. We've got the head. I've put the ears. The ears are in now, which is cool. And then the jaw over there. And then on to Freddy. We've got, I put the eyes in. The eyes are painted. That's all glued in there so we can get to making it articulated. The jaw, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do the jaw yet. I was thinking of doing a wire, maybe like drilling through the side. I'm not too sure yet. So we've made a bit of progress on the leg as well. This leg articulates and stuff. You know, we've got full posability in this leg here. So I do have other pieces over here. We also have the torso. This bit's drying for the arms. So how I normally do this is glue two of these together. So then we have the arm things. Then you can stick the head thing through this hole and the torso through this hole as well. So then you have like kind of like, it almost looks like an endoskeleton. So then we'll have this here, obviously with the jaw. So we'll have his head on top of here, the legs and such. I just realised how big the QXR model is. It's pretty big compared to the rest of them. But I guess that kind of makes sense because it's like a reborn version. So, you know, it's going to kind of make sense in the fact that, you know, he looks a lot bigger. I mean, you can even see it in the hands. So, you know, how much bigger his hands are compared to, like, I feel like this probably was near enough the right size, but I always thought the eye sockets, you know, it still looks pretty small and the eye socket's pretty small. For this I just used a bit of support beam. Like, it will do the job for, like, you know, a makeshift ear. But yeah, he's going to be quite big. I mean, when I saw the head, you know, the head proportions, I thought they were quite spot on, but the ears are huge. So I don't know if I messed up there at some point, but, you know, we move with it. It doesn't really matter if he's too big, because I can always make another as well. I don't know. Freddy's getting there. I'm kind of doing QXR at the same time, but, you know, I want to try and get Freddy done as soon as possible, because I want to start moving on with the list. The Mimic's definitely next. I really want to do the Mimic, because I haven't really done the endoskeleton thing yet. I think the closest that I've probably done is Funtime Freddy and the Amalgamation. The Amalgamation probably won't be done for a little while yet, because I want to get, like, you know, characters that have been made before, obviously like Freddy, QXR, the Mimic. I want to get them done first before I move on to any other figures. And then the Amalgamation I'll probably move on to later, because I still want to develop my skills in figure making. You know, they've definitely improved since the start. Like, one of my first was Bonnie, and I really hate that figure, to be honest. I really wanted to redo him. He's not my favourite at all. But ignore the mess. It kind of gets a bit messy when I'm just making these. But yeah, no, it's definitely improved, but there's still a lot I want to learn before I really finish the Amalgamation, especially in terms of painting, because obviously it looks good, but there's still, you know, there's the blotches on his muzzle, stuff like that. I mean, the rest of him's pretty good. These are just support bits I've just stuck on so I can do the ears as well. Jaw keeps getting stuck in there, so I'm just not really too sure how to connect it, because obviously with like QXR and stuff, obviously it's a full jaw, so you can just connect it that way. But, you know, with Freddy, I'm not really too sure on how to connect this jaw. So I'm sure I'll figure it out, but I just need to figure out how to. So catch up with you guys soon.